Another week, another exciting week
Yeah,
of NFL football,
some
and so
big
many other
games in
things.
for sure. Well, this is Counting by Seven. Hopefully, our first official upload through some technical difficulties.
Let's go, YouTube.
I'm Robbie. That's Justin.
Word.
I'm a Packers fan, and you are a
Buffalo Bills. Let's go.
he was born and raised in the Buffalo area. We'll do a separate intro thing later.
Yeah,
Don't really need to drag it out too much right now.
can't be a bandwagon fan. That's all I'm saying. Buffalo Bills. You ride or you die.
who's gonna bandwagon the Bills?
Yeah.
But should I go and just call you out in the first episode? You've never been put through a table.
Put through a table.
But you were.
I have most of my brain
Was
cells
the
still.
Bills Mafia, I guess, not a thing when you were growing up a Bills fan? Is that a new thing?
Oh, Bills Mafia has been around forever.
Okay, I didn't know that was the lore. I thought that was like the new age stuff.
Like,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
it's been around since I can remember. Like Facebook, like ever since I've been on Facebook, Bills Mafia has been a thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, back in college.
So when they start putting people through tables,
I'm pretty sure that's probably
at least 2 years. That's as far back as I can remember.
that's probably started somewhere in the 2000s.
Okay.
I think as social media got more, it got bigger. I think just got more light shed on it. We'll say.
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
You see the dude, was it last week that...
see, the best thing about a bill is professional football, but you get the tailgate atmosphere times 10.
I know you ever tailgate at Lambeau?
Yeah. I mean,
Just saying, tailgating at Lambeau is pretty magical. That's right. Magical.
I mean, I guess. I mean,
you guess.
sure.
It's the holy man. It's the holy land, man. Anyway.
I mean, we can debate tailgates later.
Exactly. So we got two big games to talk about. So typically we volley back and forth, but I got a lot of stuff to say about Green Bay this week, and mostly the fans. So I'm going to let you dissect your game. But before we start talking about your game, I'm just going to say it. I posted on Facebook. I don't miss Micah Hyde saying we need him on our defense today. Just because if you say you miss a player these days, it's like, oh, but you still wish you had him. But that onside kick touchdown is pretty sweet.
The pirouette. Yeah.
He's
So
a pretty clean player, man.
I mean, Mike is just he's such an athlete. He's such a great. I mean, I think between him and Poyer, I do think if they're not considered the top safety tandem, they're in the top three. I mean, I don't know if there's. I don't know if anybody can compare to their 3-year run that they've been together right now.
They're definitely balling out, and you guys are 5-1, and a lot of people are pretty skeptical of your guys is 5-1.
Yeah, I mean, we're 5-1. We really haven't played too many great teams. I can't remember the exact record, but the Patriots and the Titans were the only teams that we played with winning records, I think, at the time, and the Titans have since fallen off. But also just, because of our defense, I think we're doing really well. Our offense, we've turned the ball over, but, we put points up in the fourth quarter to win games, and we've done just enough a lot. But I will say this, fun fact, everybody's ripping on Josh Allen. He's careless with the ball. He's this, he's that. He has 4 fourth quarter comebacks and the highest passer rating in the NFL right now in the fourth quarter. So, I will take the shit if I get the fourth quarter clutch gene. And I think he's proving that he is developing or has the clutch gene. Because in 18 starts, he has had 5 come from behind victories in the fourth quarter.
Now, do you think quarterback wins are a stat? If we're going to talk about like fourth quarter wins and stuff like that, I don't think quarterback wins are a stat.
I mean,
you can be a good quarterback on a miserable team.
I mean, I think it depends on what you're talking about. If you're talking about quarterback stats, like if you're going to be like, yeah, I have the best stats in the fourth quarter. Josh Allen doesn't have the best stats like for the entire season, but he's getting the job. He's doing enough to win.
He's 5-1, or what are y'all? 5-1, 6-1.
So if your wins are a stat to me, and that is, right now, I can't say Josh Allen is the only reason we're winning because most of that is because our defense has put us in position to win. But at the end of the day, like someone's got to be that driver. So it doesn't matter who. I mean, a win's a win. And I mean, I think Josh Allen having that clutch gene is only going to help you win football games. So
yeah, I mean, it's not like you guys got face rolled by New England.
No, I mean, Josh Allen has scored more points on Tom Brady's defense than I think anybody else right now.
And not to knock like the Patriots, but their defense they're on some shit right now. They're kind of going off. Now, granted, the opponent quality being what it is, but I like Stephon Gilmore a lot. So
yeah, ex Buffalo Bill, by the way.
Yeah, we know.
But their defense is legit. Like the Patriots' defense is legit. But I mean, we gave them a run for their money. I mean, we're literally one play away from being 6-0. The block punt. I mean that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna argue with you.
That play, it was Porzingis or whatever his name is, our punter. Bad snap, left-handed punter or left-footed punter. I guess that really is what makes the difference. The long snap, the snap was to the right a little bit, so he had to move over. They brought everybody in late in the play clock and just max blitzed. And if Porzingis, if he would have just slung it outside, they're running the other way for probably 6 the other way. But I mean, that's a tough play. I mean, obviously they saw something on film that they didn't, that they felt like they could take an advantage of, but it was a huge risk on the Patriots' part.
Yep.
So
yeah, I mean,
it paid off.
High risk, high reward, and if the Patriots do anything well, if they do execute, but we can talk about them later because I think Tom Brady's one blindside blitz away from retirement.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think we can still say, and I've said this for the last probably however long we've done this, I still think Tom Brady is a good quarterback.
Yeah.
I do not think he is an elite quarterback in the sense that he is like, I could probably pick 5 guys that I would rather have than him right now as far as their potential.
Yeah.
Like your guy, Aaron Rodgers is one of them. I mean, you got to say Russell Wilson, I think is right up there. Drew Brees at this point.
I'm not going to say Russ Wilson's not good, but Seattle, I'm not overly impressed with Seattle. I'm not saying they're getting away with a lot in terms of like calls, but it's just like I just feel like they're not as explosive as people are making them out to.
Yeah, no.
Like they're winning games, and I mean,
Seattle's going to do things.
Wilson's doing stuff, but still,
Pete Carroll's MO, since he's been with the Seahawks, it's been okay, above average offense and a good to great defense, and I think that's what they're going to have to be if they want to win. I mean, and Russell Wilson, he's as good as he's been, as clutch or whatever you want to say, like his contract is going to hurt his team in the long run, because now who are you going to pay?
Yep.
I mean, he's got to have weapons around him. He's never really had an offensive line that's been great.
Yeah, that's the big argument for, I guess, it'll be him in his career, depending on how it goes. Like, you never had a real offensive line.
I mean, he's one play away from winning 2 Super Bowls.
Huh?
He's one play away from winning 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, that is true. Well, but that's not on him. But I mean,
beast mode.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah. So then,
Marshawn Lynch, former Buffalo Bill.
So, what's next? I mean, I know you guys play Philly next, which I feel like you guys are about to be 6-1.
Well, see, here's the thing. Like with me right now, so I'm super excited where we are. Like I'm still kind of like cautious.
It's spooky that we decided to start doing this before the season, and both of our teams have a win difference splitting of the record.
Yeah, no,
just saying,
it's crazy. I mean, maybe
Halloween is coming up.
Launches, to bigger and better things. So, I will say we've gotten a lot of good punches from teams. Like the Jets opening weekend, I think they were at their best. They had a healthy roster.
Is that pre-mono?
Yeah, pre-mono Sam. They had their middle linebacker Mosby, so we got their best shot.
Right.
We took it, and then we ended up winning. A fourth quarter comeback. The Giants, another team. Saquon had I think 56 yards on the first drive, and then we ended up holding them underneath under 100 yards. So we got a great shot from them.
It's good recovery.
Cincinnati, I think that's the team that we didn't really get their best shot, but they were 0-2. We were 2-0.
They're 0-7 now, so
yeah. I mean, not a great team. Again, we're not playing great competition. Then we played the Patriots. I think we got a good shot from them. I can't say it's their best shot, but we got you got the Patriots.
Going out to get Sanu now, you could argue that now they have a complete receiving core because Josh Gordon hurt for pretty much the whole time.
Yeah. So, I mean, we got a good shot. We got a Patriot shot. I mean, you can't even say it's not a good shot. It's not a bad. It's just you got a shot from the Patriots.
Yeah, it's what you have to play to next time.
You can't make a mistake because they're going to beat you if you make a mistake.
Yep.
Then
you have to force them to make mistakes, and that's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard to do that.
And then coming off the bye, we got Tennessee at their place. Got a good
with Mariota?
With Mariota until he got benched.
Oh, wow. That was that game. Okay. Yeah.
He got benched after ours.
I think I sent you a text, didn't I?
Yeah, it was because it was like Eli played us, didn't play again. Sam.
That's right. I did text you. I said, what did y'all do to Mariota?
Sam played us, didn't play again.
Oh, man.
Eli played us, yeah. So, and then Mariota played us.
I like Mariota. Why'd you have to do that to him?
Well, I mean, play better.
Hey, I think
Tannehill actually.
Matt LaFleur, man. Matt LaFleur was his cure.
Tannehill
we got
actually, I think he put up a little bit more. I mean, he did all right, I think, last week.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not I'm not saying that a backup can be better than the starter because, like, with his whole what was it, Kyle Allen behind Cam Newton?
Yeah.
All right. So, like, all that going on, like, think about those guys. Like, even when the worst player in the NFL, he's still the 1% playing in the NFL.
Oh,
so
yeah.
He's better than all of us.
Oh, yeah. It's
right?
like,
so
find your best friend, your best athlete friend, and be like, all right, dude, the worst player in the NFL is 10 times better than you.
Yeah, I mean, and so.
Maybe.
But, yeah, depends. And so the point I'm trying to get at is those, like, these guys, even if they're the worst backup, like, yeah, think about it. They have to make a name for themselves in the regular season. So I'm not saying that Kyle Allen isn't good or Minshew isn't good or whatever, but they actually have to go out here and prove themselves too that they actually have talent. And a couple of these backups, and look at Bridgewater, like, for example, he was a starter. Yeah. He's been a backup for a couple of years now, but I mean, just saying they're going out there something to prove so they can stay employed. And that's one thing that I've talked to you about is one of my growing complaints about some teams that, overpay for players or whatever. It's like there's a lot of players that probably do just care about getting paid, but I see people try.
Teddy Bridgewater, for example, had some success in the league. I wouldn't say he was like great, but he was someone who was like, all right, Teddy Bridgewater is a serviceable quarterback in the NFL as a starter. He's better than a backup.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is he all pro? Probably not.
I mean, if they hold on to him post Breeze, maybe.
Oh, absolutely. I think that was their plan the whole time because Breeze is
1 or 2 max.
Like, he's in his 40s in the NFL at a position that he can play in his 40s now, but Father Time is undefeated.
Yep.
There is a reason why they paid Teddy Bridgewater the most as a backup because they saw something in him. Yep. And right now he's what, 4-0, 5-0?
5-0.
He didn't look great coming in for Breeze, but you give Sean Payton time to prep somebody. The weapons that they have, he's going to do well. So
you guys got Mariota benched.
Yeah, so Mariota's benched. Then we had our bye week. And we got a great shot from the Dolphins. I mean, we really did. We got their best shot. It
was interesting. At least when I was looking at the stat line and box score, and then obviously saw the Micah Hyde highlight, I was like, interesting game.
But I mean, it was like first half, first quarter, 3 field goals. Miami scores. It's like, okay, we got 2 field goals. Miami scores. It's like, all right, Miami just scored on us. We probably should have had 2 touchdowns. Didn't finish any drive. We didn't finish those 2 drives. We got some penalties, some miscues. Josh did not look great running the ball well. Everybody says we should run the ball more, but if you run the ball every time, you're going to get stuffed. Frank Gore had some success. He ran.
Singletary, did he come back for that game, or is it this week?
And he ran for 6 times for 26, 30 yards, something like that. So nothing spectacular, but they've kind of been easing him back in. And it's like, as many good runs as Frank Gore had, good runs meaning 5+ yards, he got stuffed. So you cannot run somebody every time if they're getting stuffed every other time. Yeah, you might get 8 yards, but you might lose 2. So you have to mix it up. And Josh didn't look great. I'm not going to say he started off well. He didn't look bad, but so we didn't finish drives in the first half. Dolphins score. Fitzpatrick was playing his butt off. Their offensive line blocked really well, opened up some holes for their running back, and who's another guy that's a new starter for them. I think started the last 2 games, or not this game and the game before, and he's done really well for him. So, I mean, he's somebody that's got something to prove. I think the fact that Fitzpatrick is playing means that, Flores, the new coach, he's got his guys still bought in, and this was their best shot. This was the best game that the Dolphins played.
Yep.
Division game on the road. Us coming off a bye, being a little bit rusty, and then in the second half, there's two drives, or the third quarter there was two drives. The Dolphins got the ball first. They're up 14-9, and they're driving. Take us all the way down the field. Takes almost 10 minutes off the clock, or 10 minutes or something like that off the clock. Trey White picks off.
You talk about him a lot.
Trey White is good. He picks off Fitzpatrick at the 2-yard line. We score, and then just don't look back. And then the next, I think it was the next drive or the second to next drive, he punches out a ball, forces 2 turnovers, 15 points off of that.
He's going to want to get paid.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, everybody wants to get paid.
I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, nobody does not want to. Nobody does not. But nobody in the NFL does not want to get paid for their performance.
Another fun
their
fact.
Perceived performance.
Another fun fact: Trey White, most turnovers in the second half of football games since he's come into the league.
So you guys are just getting a bunch of second half guys and just going to win all the time late. But hey, a win's a win.
So. A win is a win. But I mean, just stuff like that. Like, I mean, we needed a spark, and then obviously the onside kick. That was very successful for the Bills, who were receiving a great play. The kick. And Micah Hyde,
fantastic play.
Like his interview after the game, he's like, "I score touchdowns."
Yep.
Like he was kind of joking. He's like, "No, I got to go down. It's like, no, Micah, you score in the NFL. If you can put the ball in the end zone, you score.
He has, if just based off that jump and depending where you land, he's got 3 people to beat, maybe 2.
Yeah.
I mean, and the kicker ain't gonna stop him. Like, come on.
But Micah's legit. Like, good dude. Like
I said, I mean, I know now with what we have and what's going on in Green Bay, like, I understand. I always understand why there are certain players that, or at least I try to. There have been some questionable decisions made before, but, like Charles Woodson, I feel like he could have stayed. But, is what it is. He went back home, so. But, like, I don't know, man. I am at a loss for words now. I was gonna have a legit thought and
mark
totally
it down your
lost my
calendars,
train of
folks.
thought.
Robbie at loss for words.
Yes, exactly. First time in history.
Well, Micah is
yes,
player.
Micah Hyde. Like, now what we have in Green Bay, I understand why he can't stay around, because, like you said, everyone has to get paid, and he's due. I wouldn't put him in, like. I'd say his instincts are elite is what makes him so special. 100%. Like, when we, in that playoff game against Dallas, when he broke through that screen, like, he's...
I think one of the best things, like, I think his film preparation, and part of that is instincts, trust in his eyes, trust in what he sees on film. I think he's a student of the game.
Yep.
I think he is a great, great communicator on the field, especially with Poyer. The two of them, like, they disguise things. You hear Belichick, when you hear Belichick say, like, that these guys will literally, they'll go 15 yards out of position in order to make you think that they're doing something else. They both do it, and Mike is a big part of that. And, they talked recently on some of the Bills media stuff, and they were like, when you came to Buffalo, and him and Jordan Poyer signed, like, the same day. They came in, they or not the same day, but they came in on the same flight or something like that. They met at the airport. They got picked up, something like that. And they said, kind of both similar situations, and they both looked at each other and said, "Let's do this. This is our time. We're gonna do it." And, like, ever since then, they've been bros. And I mean,
balling.
They have balled out.
So I mean, what's your division record?
I mean, we're 2-1.
Okay.
Beat the Jets, beat the Dolphins.
Just the Patriots.
So, right. Yeah, I mean, I like where we're going. I think it's like a 70% chance, 80% chance.
And the Patriots are definitely beatable.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think we should. And I keep saying this, we were a play away. But, who's to say that, a play doesn't go the other way? Micah Hyde doesn't pick that ball in the end zone. They're not up.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I mean, you can go tick for tat with that, but and that's when, like I said, when people are talking about, well, the Patriots haven't played anybody, like, the Bills are a legit team.
Yeah,
I mean, they're. I don't know. I don't want to say completely complete, maybe, And just like we're not a complete team
we're
either.
We're a top 3 defense, and we are outside of the top 10 in scoring offense. But as far as moving the ball, we're actually the top 10. We move the ball better than what our scoring record would show.
Would you like to have a better number one receiver?
No, I don't think so, because you look at number ones. So John Brown right now is our number one.
Because that's the big topic right now.
He is on track for 1,200 yards in about 88, just under 90 catches. So what do you want in your – there's 5 receivers in the NFL right now that are on pace to do better than that. There's one person in the NFL that leads his team in touchdowns, receptions, and yards. That's Michael Thomas. So if you say, hey, Michael Thomas is better than my guy, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Like, who are you going to get that's better than that, that's going to be able to go, okay, I trade for him this week. I get him on my team, and now, all right, how many weeks is it going to take for him to build chemistry? So we're at week 7?
Yeah.
So
week 8, I think.
Week 8, yeah, week 8. Whatever it is.
Yeah, week 8 on the football calendar, it's your
Yeah.
I don't count my bye weeks on my team's calendar either.
So it's like, okay, so now we're 2-3 weeks away from him having enough chemistry to be able to trust him to throw, a back shoulder throw. And even still, like we've had, Josh Allen has only seen Cole Beasley and John Brown for 11 weeks. Well, this is 12 weeks now. This is their 12th week together, and you already have that kind of chemistry. Why not build off of that?
Yeah.
Cole Beasley, by the way, on pace for about 800 yards receiving, 100, I think, right around 100 balls. Like, so, I mean, your 1-2 punch, 1,200 and 800 yards. I mean, that's 2,000 between your top 2 guys. Can a lot of things happen between now and then? Yes, but what kind of production are you going to get? Like, better than that?
The only reason I bring that up is because I wanted your opinion on it, and because Packers are 6-1.
Yeah.
Rodgers just had
AJ Green's popular
name.
Just
to break this down into the simplest detail, we just celebrated 100 seasons as a franchise. So in 100 seasons, 30 of those, the QBR system was invented or around, or whatever phrase you want to put in there. The only quarterback in Packers history to do it. And people are like, no big deal. It's not that impressive. They shouldn't be at 6-1, but why not? And fans are like, yeah, we're 6-1, but we could be better. It's like, how much better do you want to be? If the man just threw a perfect game and we can still be better.
Yeah. Oh no, I agree 100% because it's like, Bills fans would be like, oh, that one thing. Like if you tell me at the beginning of the season we're going to be 5-1 right now, are you not happy? For you guys, going into that season,
I'm thrilled.
Like, okay, 6-1, like 5-2, I'm still happy. Like,
oh yeah, I'd be happy at 5-2 right now as well.
I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I mean, I think it's just like the perspective, and as a Bills fan, we've been hungry for a long time. As a Packers fan, I think you guys are a little bit more spoiled as a fan base.
I will agree, but at the same time, the fan base because the point about the wide receiver is that's like the biggest complaint. Devontae's out. We need another number one receiver, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, like it's just I don't understand like why gripe about it. Everything is working. Like for us, new coach, new offense. It's not a new defense, but I would like to think that Matt LaFleur and Mike Pettin worked on stuff to complement each side of the ball. That's the thing that coaches do. And so it's new stuff, and you're not patient enough to let the stuff develop. Like, yeah, it's frustrating. Like you said, like we've had 2 legends back to back. I'm not going to argue that, but I'm also not going to be sorry because we've had that.
Oh no,
that's the other thing too.
You should never be sorry. I mean,
I'm not going to apologize for having a good time. Let's just put it that way.
No, I mean, I think it's just some fans just you hear them talk on some of the new the fans call in and you hear them and you're just like, wow, you are dumb.
It's surprising, and the amount of because I use Twitter a lot for fan interaction, mostly just trying to piss other people off. Like, I mean, it's their opinion, and they can be whatever type of fan they want to be, and that's fine. But also, don't tell me that Jake Kummerow is worse than Jeff Janis. And Jeff Janis was a great guy. He was a gunner. I mean, gunners are important, but he wasn't the best one we've ever had. And
Steve Tasker, special
his
team
only
player,
play is a
soon to
Hail
be
Mary
Hall
in
of Fame
Arizona,
member, hopefully.
and he couldn't read a playbook.
Yeah,
like, and that's the other thing is like he didn't know the adjustments. Kumro's been in the system for 2 years, knows the pre-snap reads, knows this stuff. And here's the thing: every time he's touched the ball, he has scored. Well, I don't think it's every time. Let me put it this way: the majority of the time he touches the ball, he scores.
That's a good thing.
Why are you upset about that?
Yeah.
Why are you upset that MVS took a drag route, whatever it was, 70 yards? What part about that pisses you off?
Yeah. I mean, it's just, it's so, sometimes it's, seeing video games and like, the trades that you could pull on those.
Football has ruined trades.
Yeah.
What it is.
I mean, it's like, oh, like I should, we should be able to get, you can just get an AJ Green. And it's like, okay, AJ Green is a great player.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
In fantasy, but the thing is that people, like I said, fantasy, not to cut you off, like there's no cap.
Yeah.
There's no negative effects to your team. You just acquire a talent for a talent.
Yeah. And it's, it's not apples to apples because, he's been playing with Andy Dalton for his entire career.
He's been injured for like the last 10 years. Like, I don't remember a time I saw AJ Green play more than 5 games.
Yeah, I think it's been 3 years before I think the last 3 years for him, he's been injured. Like,
and I'm not saying he's not good, but I mean, it's just like.
It's like, what are you getting? What you're paying a lot to get what?
Yeah, you don't know. Like, right now, you don't even know.
And it's a foot injury for a wide receiver.
Kind of important. Antonio Brown had one of those this year, I think. Thought I saw something about it.
Yeah, frozen feet. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to say like talk about too many people. Like, I'm not a huge Dez fan, but I mean, his foot injury basically ended.
Nobody's a Dez fan, dude. Nobody
ended his career. I mean,
and we broke him. I mean, Yeah. I do like to just note that there are certain moments in Packer history where you break a person's career, and I'm not saying I want someone to be unemployed and not be able to feed a family, but Dez,
they can all.
Sucks.
I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna say they can all eat.
Well, still, no, Dez sucks, and I'm glad that catch moment is when he started declining. He just talks a lot.
Yeah, he talks a lot.
He talks a lot for someone who's not good. I can appreciate it if you talk a lot and you're good.
He was good he put up numbers for a while, but
I mean, yeah, but
putting up numbers and being good are two different things.
Right. Being good all the time, putting up numbers all the time, that's also another thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, the Packers game, right? Mr. Perfect. Like I said, first time in Packers history. I mean, it's special. It's special to watch games like that. I mean,
so I'm gonna pull up a chair, grab a beer, so while we talk about these Packers. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not gonna be like the NFL is on Pat Mahomes. I like Pat Mahomes. Fun to watch.
Sorry about your knee.
Yeah, sorry about your knee, but there was a tweet that I can't remember if it was I don't think it was SportsCenter, but it was one of like an NFL insider tweet or whatever. But it said it makes him look so easy. Or he makes it look so easy. He was literally throwing a ball like 15 yards. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I could do that, not accurately, but it's 15 yards. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And everyone does that. Anyway, so
just to, background, like as a baseball guy, like if you watch people like play, baseball or any sport, like the ones that make things look easy are the ones that you're just like, wow, damn, that dude's good. Because it's like, oh, that dude's fast. And in the NFL or, in the NBA or like in
you gotta look at Tyreek Hill and you're like, that's fast.
Yeah.
Faster than everyone else who's already faster than everyone else that I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, wow. Like even Adrian Peterson back in the day, it's like, okay, so you tore your ACL and you recovered in 8 months, then you rushed for 2,000 yards. So now every person that tears their ACL is like, oh, I'll be back in 8 months. And it's like, that is a freak among freaks.
Yep.
Like that is someone that is
D Rose disproved that, and I love Derrick Rose. If he had never got injured, that'd have been great for sports history.
For Chicago Bulls history.
Wherever he was playing, that's cool. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So this was definitely an exciting game to watch, and I'm not going to drool all over the whole performance because the whole highlight tape is all over everywhere. But I do want to talk about Aaron Jones' body adjustment to that touchdown catch.
That was nice.
That man is gnarly.
Yeah,
that was nice. I literally jumped up out of my
4
seat.
weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. He's been balling.
He's been on after. I think about week 2-ish. That's when he started really.
He started a little slow, but I mean, It's
I mean, but
new
the thing
offense,
is
new
like,
coordinator. Like,
I mean, he's got great vision, but that body adjustment, man, I was like, that was so
for
sick.
like that's
For a running back.
That's a tough play for a wide receiver. I was just going to say that. Like, and as a running back, like to look over and like physically, and that's great coverage.
And he was so nonchalant about it in the locker room. They were asking him like, what were you thinking on that play? He's like, oh well,
don't drop it.
well, he was like, I looked and I couldn't see it, so I just turned around. And everyone's just like, you just turn around. But I mean, when you think about it, like I said, they're just turning around is such a hard movement in that spot when the ball's coming over the defender.
Yeah.
Not to mention, Rodgers also is another freak of nature because I don't know if you saw the clip of him throwing the sidearm to Jamal Williams. Like, he is off the ground looking sideways with his body still like facing upfield. It is it's stupid.
Yeah.
So,
he gets paid to play football. Just
everyone does. Everyone. I mean, and everything. I mean, the defense. Like, I'm not gonna spend too much time on the defense because they could have played better. I mean, it wasn't an awful day. I think the turning point of the game was Blake Martinez forcing Derek Carr to fumble, which I'm not gonna say that's a forced fumble, but he did force him, to make that bad decision, I guess. Because and Derek Carr, the human being, awesome. Derek Carr, the quarterback, not great.
Anti-awesome.
Yeah, he's not the guy. Like, they paid him way too early.
Yeah, way too early. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think, Derek Carr's.
I've seen better, is all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, is he an NFL quarterback? Yes.
Yeah.
The answer is yes.
I mean, he wins and he can throw, but he's just.
Yeah, I mean, he is an NFL quarterback. I mean, we'll leave it at that. Is he elite?
Yep.
Is he not elite?
Don't know.
Don't care. He's not my quarterback. So
exactly.
I mean,
how often we play these guys doesn't matter. Just beat them. So but the
am I
defense.
Scared of him? No.
Exactly.
At the same time, am I like, are we gonna like, are we gonna like?
He's not gonna have a ring.
Yeah.
I don't think so. The odds are against him. Let's put it like that. But yeah, so it was a big day for the receiving core because that was the biggest thing, and that's where I wanted to talk about the receiver one because now that Sanu got picked up, like, Packers fans are stomping their feet like, we could have had Sanu. Like, first of all, Devontae Adams is going to miss one more week at the most. Yeah. And we just had MVS, Gmo, Kumaro, Lazard, Jamal Williams.
And how many of those were coming off injury designations? Because it was like 4 of them, right?
Right. Yeah, we did. It was MVS, Gmo, and Kumaro were all on. They were listed on the injury report. But Graham, the both backs, Vitali, our fullback.
Oh, by the way, you get props because you said, you talked a little bit of trash. And you're like, yeah. Now Graham's going to score a touchdown this week.
Exactly. If I keep talking crap about Jimmy Graham, he's going to keep balling out. So Jimmy Graham, you're not good. So good work. Good work. Because
I wonder if you could come to Hoops this weekend.
Hey, that's cool. So, I mean, what's the point? There's no point going in the paint.
Nuts to the face. That's.
I mean, yeah.
Yamtown,
so
population.
You had to be put on a poster.
Yeah.
So thank God for that, I guess. Anyway, so it was like 10 different receivers, and again, it's Matt LaFleur, and we're doing stuff like if you were to tell me back in like 2011, hey, in 2019 you guys are gonna run bootleg plays, that would be like, yeah, right, nerd. Because there's just no way. And we're doing stuff, and it's exciting, and the team is having fun, and that's what makes them dangerous.
Yeah.
I feel like if the team is having fun, winning or not, because when they lost to the Eagles, immediately answered. And this game was at home, not to say we'll talk about our future schedule because it's a lot harder, a lot of away games, and good football teams. Just going to be real about it. But yeah, I mean, just the offense just looked amazing. And I don't understand. Like, sure, you can nitpick better execution on something, this and that. By the way, the Raiders rookie puts on the belt. Rodgers throws for 5 and runs one in. Anytime that someone does a belt, or at least there have been Packer games, J.J. Watt did the belt, and I was at the game for that one. Rodgers threw for 6. I forget the guy on Atlanta who did it, but we won that game in the playoffs to go play the Bears to go to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl.
Sounds like Aaron Rodgers needs to start paying people to do the
belt.
It
just sounds. That Lions player jumped up and did it, blew his ACL on the spot, put it on the belt. You can't do it. If you're not Aaron Rodgers, don't do it because bad things happen. This Sunday, he said, "You know what? I'm just going to play a perfect game."
Madden curse.
Belt
curse.
He just said, "I'm just going to go ahead and throw this thing around." And I mean, like I said, it was exciting and it was a great game. So going back to the receiver thing, like, okay, if you're not convinced MVS, Gmo, Kumaro, Lazard, if you aren't convinced that these guys can't get the job done, you're not watching these games. Like people say, oh, we need a number one because they're really affiliated with a name. They say AJ Green all the time. Acceptable people that I would be okay if Green Bay made a trade for. Devontae Parker, end of list.
Okay.
That because
he played well.
Yeah,
this weekend. I mean, against the Bills.
You don't need to shell out like future picks. Like the Cowboys before you got here, just trade away a conditional 7th in 2021 that could be a 6th from Michael Bennett from the Patriots. It's such a waste.
Yeah.
Like, and again, it's a cap thing.
Well, here's another funny thing. So what was the Dallas guy that they released who played end?
Taco.
Yeah, Taco. Why do you release him if you're going to trade for Michael Bennett?
I don't know.
Like, I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me because Taco wasn't making a ton, from my understanding. Nope. Like Bennett is probably league minimum at this point. Just
veteran.
Yeah, veteran minimum. Yeah. So, like, what do you gain it? You have a younger,
and you're giving up future, and that's what fans don't think about. They're like, oh, we should have got Sanu. We should go get AJ Green. We should go get this person, this person. I'm like, okay, what? All right.
What are you giving up
for
that?
said it before. You said it before, right? Like, not only is this a brand new head coach, a brand new offense, you want to bring in a guy who's never played here to learn all this new stuff real quick, just to disappoint maybe in his first game if they wanted to start him immediately. And then you've screwed up your cap more because we have an ass load of people to play. Like Kenny Clark, Blake Martinez.
Yeah.
I feel like my heart's going to get broken on Blake Martinez. I really don't want it to because while tackling, he's leading the league in tackles right now. Luke Kuechly, who? I love Luke. Just saying. But anyway, tackling's not really a super credible stat, but at the same time, he is a middle linebacker, so he is even if he's tackling from behind, he's the one doing it.
Yeah.
So my vote is for him to obviously stay. But anyway, so they don't want to think about that. They don't want to think about draft picks because then what happens is you go and you trade for that Sanu, that AJ Green, whoever, and then that guy either gets injured or underperforms on a 1-year deal or whatever the case may be, whether it's with his contracts or whatever the case. Then you're like, oh God, I hope we can draft someone. Oh, look, we don't have these draft picks.
Oh wait, let's take the Rams point in case.
Dude, they are screwed.
So they're in cap jail.
Oh,
and they've done it the last couple of years.
Let's just add Jalen Ramsey because we love to spend money
like that we don't have.
Yeah. Let's spend money we don't have.
So we let our offensive line walk.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is there was a meme? It was the Flex Seal thing. It said Rams offensive line problems. Flex Seal Jalen Ramsey, and that was like accurate.
I mean, and they did it for Peterson too. They they got him on a rookie deal, which is that's a great investment. As far as doing it, if you're a piece away. But you can't do that year after year after year and be successful long term. And
I mean,
the Rams defense.
The Rams had to win last year, in my opinion, because of this.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't realize they were going to do all this wild stuff this year either.
Because they gave up a number one for Cooks. They gave up a number one for Peters.
They paid Aaron.
Yeah, paid Aaron Donald. Didn't trade for Sue, but gave Sue a 1-year deal last year. So they keep doing these. Clay Matthews this year. I mean, I think we said it was like what is he $8 million this year?
Something like that.
Nothing like extraordinary, but that's a lot of money for an older player that is a franchise guy for the Packers. And the Packers probably said,
"I'm 100%. I'm 100%. Like, if you were to go to Lambeau 4 years ago, or even right after the Super Bowl, I was there in 2011." It's Clay Matthews everything because he's so marketable. The hair, the predator pose. I mean, he's cool. I mean, he's energetic. I 100% believe when they signed him, it was to try to draw a market based off his marketing. But the thing was he was so marketable. It's because he made a game-changing play in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like he's not doing the same stuff now.
He's had a success. He's had success
I'm
in
not
the
shouting
league.
saying don't sign Clay, but it's just like that's the only reason they brought him. Price what I'm saying.
Like, and this is one thing again that I think the Patriots do so well. And I've seen it for so many years. The Bill Belichick era. They don't sign people for more than what they're worth right now.
Bill Belichick does have. He can look into your soul and see how good you are for how long.
Yeah. I mean, to a certain extent, I mean, you can look at and a lot of people say stuff about the Jimmy Garoppolo deal. Like, and
I don't think he wanted to go.
No, I don't think so either. And that's like kind of the argument that they said. Kraft wanted to say Tom's my guy, and Jimmy Garoppolo was the sacrifice. Because Jimmy Garoppolo,
they're winning right now.
San Francisco. I think they're the only other undefeated team.
We play them in 2 weeks. Yep.
San Francisco and then the Patriots.
For us, it's Chiefs, Chargers, Niners, I believe.
Chiefs, Chargers, Niners.
But anyway, we'll get back to that. But like I don't understand like what do you want to do, man? You want to give up future for a guy? Here's the thing. Not to mention Devontae Adams is coming back. He has turf toe. It's not a small injury by any means, but it's a recoverable injury.
Yeah, it's something.
It's not a season-ending injury. Like he's coming back, and these guys are balling out for what little they're asked to do. Like
now, if you're 3-3 or 3-4,
right. If we're in a worse situation, 100%. Like I think that that's something management looks at.
Like, okay, all right, what can we do? Can we package one of these guys, and can we get somebody that's going to help us win now?
Counterpoint to that though is you have Aaron Rodgers, and we know just by footage. And I love Mike McCarthy, and he. For the time that he was a great coach, he was a great coach, but he had to go.
Yeah.
Point blank period. But we have seen before when the offensive line is firing off and Rodgers he's not extending plays by running for his life. He's actually extending plays because he has a pocket. He makes receivers great.
Yeah.
So what's the problem? Like we're 6-1, 3-0 in the division. We are literally controlling our own destiny right now. Like I still say a Super Bowl right now is a really high ceiling to reach for. A playoff berth right now, 100% possible.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
First half of the season about to be over, 100% believe this team could be a playoff team.
Yeah. I mean, and
I will still leave room for something cataclysmic could happen.
I'm not saying you lose this game, but you're 6-2.
6-1.
No. You lose.
Lose this game.
If you lose this game, you're 6-2.
3-0 in the division.
3-0 in the division.
People will still be upset.
Like, but you go halfway through the year, you double that, and it's like, all right, we're 12-4. Like, how many 12-4 teams miss the playoffs?
Usually none. But I mean, right now there's a lot of teams that are like piling them on. So 10 wins might not even be enough this year.
10 wins might not be enough, but
and we're in the most competitive division in football right now. Even though the Lions look terrible and.
Yeah, I think they played better. Like, I mean,
their tie is screw. Their tie screwed the division for 2 whole weeks. Ties should not be half wins. It should be you win or you lose.
Percentage points.
It's so dumb. Like, they were tied for first at one point, and then we won, and they were tied for second with the Bears. And then because they won, I don't care if the Bears are in dead last. They can suck it. But it's still like the point is like still math wise that doesn't make sense. Like they had 2 wins at the time. Why are they in second?
Yeah.
It's stupid. Anyway. But, yeah. And so that's the other thing. And the other thing I'm also still tired of, we could have had TJ Watt. Everyone talks about the draft. They talk about, there's Ted Thompson and, we got a corner. Like, yeah, he was injured. He's got an injury history. I'm not going to argue that. But he's killing it.
Yeah.
All of his picks have altered the game, whether it was the dagger against the Raiders, or to stop momentum, or whatever he's doing, but he's producing. And Amari Cooper, and I said it last week, Jair did not have a good day against Amari Cooper. I have more respect for Amari Cooper's route running, not the Dallas Cowboys, but Amari Cooper's route running. But they put King on Cooper, and King shut him down and got a pick. Oh my God.
Weird.
Kevin King could go out and get 7 interceptions in a row against Kansas City, and people will still say we could have had TJ Watt. And I would smack all of them.
So, that's funny. So, I was listening to something, and they were talking about analytics, and there's 2 ways to look at it. What's more valuable? Your cover guy or your front 7.
We needed both at the time.
Yeah. so they say, what's, and I think even the analytics are pretty split. Like it's, are you know, is good coverage going to win more games, or is good pressure going to win more games?
Yeah, and then because then you're going like, well, they can't cover for so long because the pass
Yeah.
rush isn't getting there, and blah
Well,
blah
I
blah.
think the argument that was said, and it was a good point. I don't know if I fully agree. I think, up front is going to win more games than the back end, just because if you can, but if you can cover, you can scheme up enough. You can do stunts. You can do some blitzing. You can do some things to stir up pressure. And if you have the man corners, the guys that can play man, I mean, zone is good, and we're a zone playing team. But if you have the guys that can play man, you can do so many more things as a defense.
Oh, 100%.
So, I mean,
100%.
I think if you have an elite level pass rusher versus an elite level corner or cover guy, I think I would lean more towards the cover guy because I think they're harder to find.
Yeah, I think a true man-to-man corner is hard to find because Rashawn Gary, just prime example, people are blowing him up. Like right now, he got drafted as a pocket collapser, not a quarterback destroyer, because that's why he brought in the Smiths.
Yeah.
There to get to the quarterback. Oren Burks is back. He's been back for 2 weeks from his chest injury. He's a hybrid. I mean, he's coming into his own because he hasn't seen the field a lot because he's been banged up.
Well, I mean, look at Aaron Donald. You have to
He
have
gets triple
help.
teamed.
You have to have
You have
help
to.
because right now he had Sue last year, so he was super productive. Because Sue's a great player too. Don't get me wrong.
Dirty.
Dirty.
I had to deal with him a lot. All right.
No, he is absolutely. I think that's a fair statement at this point. Like, I mean, I think
He's not as dirty as Burfitt.
Yeah, there's enough evidence to say he is, but you can't double team everyone.
Nope.
So if if you have one of those great players, but you have no one else,
yeah,
all right, good. So you need that. You need that complementary football.
Yeah, and so again, so Gary, like when he's put in packages, like again, he doesn't have a whole lot of stuff. I mean, he's got sacks. I think he's got 2 at the most. I know he's got 1, but he's in there. I mean, he's disruptive because he's huge. He's 277 and runs whatever. He's like a 4.7 or something crazy. Like he's a freak. And he's going to develop. And I've seen like his Instagram and Twitter stuff. The dude works. I mean, he's training all the time. Not Jamal, but saw Aaron Jones work out too. That dude's a freak too.
Yeah.
And like everyone is so high on playing for each other, which I think is a big deal. Like Preston Smith has been on our team. He was on our team for 4 weeks and he got made a captain.
Yeah.
4 weeks.
I mean, I think both of our franchises.
Or did I say Preston Smith? Za'Darius. Excuse me.
But I think both of our franchises are at a good point right now. I mean, I've talked about culture. I've talked about, the character guys that we have bringing in or that we brought in. I say we.
The locker room has to be a family, as cliche and tacky as that might sound. It's got to be.
Yeah.
Because if you have people who either hate each other, and that's where the Demarius Randall move, like he was a locker room cancer, so that's why they let him go. Like, you got to have people that want to play together, to have a common goal. And if the common goal is a championship, it can be achievable.
Yeah, I mean, I keep going back to the Patriots. You look at the Patriots; even their superstars, like Tom Brady. I don't know. I mean, we can look it up.
Because what's the Patriots culture? Win.
Yeah,
like
win.
If you get drafted there, trade there. If you're not down to win, you're going.
Get out.
Like, it ain't about money. It ain't about stats. It's about you want rings or not.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's huge where you look at your players and, I'm ripping on Jalen Ramsey a lot, but it seems to me as a fan,
he's prima donna.
He is more about making money than championships.
Would you say he's the best corner in the league right now?
I don't think so. I don't
think so either.
I couldn't tell you who is. Like, I think there's a lot of really good corners.
There's a lot of corner talent, I think, this year than there has been.
But, I mean, you look at my guy Trey. I mean, you can make an argument that Trey's a top 5 guy.
Yeah, Jair Alexander's balling out, bro.
But you just said he got torched by.
It was one bad week, and he is balling out this week.
Oh, weird.
I think he has the most deflected passes in the NFL, or he did going into that game.
Fourth quarter second half turnovers.
Look,
I'm just saying.
Look,
I'm just saying. I mean, yeah, but I mean,
we don't play
mean,
this year.
You could,
but if we did,
we could.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be epic.
Yeah,
but
that means we just have to do this forever.
But yeah, you take this and it's like, okay, so you have and I'm just saying my guy. Like, do I think Trey White is the best cornerback in the league? I don't. I really don't think he's the best quarterback in the league. But if you put him in the right system,
yeah, exactly,
you can get their strengths. And you take a Josh Norman before he went to Washington. And I'm saying before he went to Washington, you had who were the guys? It was Norman, Patrick Peterson. Those were probably the top two guys. I'm missing somebody.
Richard Sherman around that time.
Sherman was around that time.
Aqib Talib, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, so you got like 5 guys, but Norman was one. Yeah, I'm the best corner. And he talked a lot. Right. So, okay, you put him in Washington. Has he been good? Not this year.
I mean,
he was okay.
There are games where he looks like the Norman of old because one thing I've always, up to a certain point where I thought he was good, I said I always like the way that he doesn't tackle the runner, he tackles the ball.
Yeah.
Like he does create turnovers with his tackling, and I always thought it was really impressive about him.
And this is what I'm trying
up until recently.
My point, the point that I'm making is he was considered an elite level corner, a top 5 guy. I don't think anybody could argue.
And they lost in the Super Bowl.
Yes, I mean Von Miller made Cam Newton cry, but that's okay.
Love to see it.
But you look at those guys and you say, okay, he's a great athlete, he's a great cornerback, but did the system fit his skill set to make him that elite level? I think the answer is yes. Is he still an NFL cornerback? Yeah. Yes. But because of that system, that maximized his skill set. Now, like your Deons, like those don't come around that often.
Oh no, generational talent.
Like, so you look at those guys and it's like he could play zone. He could man up your best receiver and he wouldn't catch a ball.
Hey, Woodson can do it too, man.
Is there anybody in the league that right now that can do that? Jalen Ramsey is probably the closest thing that could do
to play man end zone. I mean, I'm not gonna say Jair for the sake of him being a Packer, but I think Jair is mildly underrated because even it was what game was it? I think it was against Denver. He was getting beat in the back line of the end zone. The guy had a step and then he recovered and deflected the pass.
Yeah,
Jair does zone. Jair does man. Second year player, like his ceiling is so high. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, and I'm not saying he's not a good player, but
currently right now, I will say he can be in the mix. I don't think I would say just on. I mean, you want to say statistics or whatever. I'd give the edge to Jair because of experience and whatnot.
So like I'm just trying to think like who's another guy like Patrick Peterson, like he's been.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think PED, like he just got back. Right, I think he did get suspended. What 5? Was it 4 games, 6 games? 5?
That might be right. I'm not sure.
But I'm pretty sure he was either hurt or he got suspended for PEDs. I think it was PEDs, though. But, he's been considered, the best athlete, the best cornerback in the league for a couple of years. I've heard, you hear it. Is he a good cornerback? Yes. Can he do some of those things? Yes.
Yeah. And Marshawn Lattimore's he's not playing bad, but last year I think he took a step back.
Yeah. I mean, he had a great rookie season.
Yep.
So I mean, it's really hard. I just don't think we have that. You can't be like, oh, my corner's the best. Like, there's not one.
I don't think there's a standout guy that's
where you could say, oh yeah,
like 100% clamps, picks. Like, yeah.
I just don't think there is, and I think receivers are they're that good. Offenses are that good.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, it's hard. Like for positions like that, it's really really hard.
And so and to wrap up like all the Green Bay stuff, like. We're going in to play Kansas City. It's hard to win at Arrowhead Stadium anyway.
The last 3 weeks, 3 times, right?
Who, us?
Arrowhead. Didn't they lose the last 3? Well, they won last week.
I was just about to prove their point about them to winning there is the season after the Super Bowl. We went 15-1. The one loss was to a bad Kansas City team in Arrowhead Stadium.
Yeah.
So
I think it's a tough place to play.
Yeah, and it's a Mahomeless team. Like Andy Reid's not fooling anybody. If you really Mahomeless, did you like that?
Okay. I do like that.
So, Andy Reid's not fooling anybody. Like, we're gonna see what he can do. Like, if the owner of the Chiefs legit let Andy Reid start Mahomes 1 week after a dislocated kneecap, you need to go down there and beat him to death. Like, that's insane. But I mean, I've seen crazier stuff.
Yeah.
Do I think it'll happen? Absolutely not. Is there a chance? Andy Reid says so. but still, and they can win. Like Tyreek Hill is a problem. He is the fastest player in the league. Fact. Like, I mean,
until proven otherwise.
Yeah, 100%. And Jair's probably going to shadow him because I think he's all right. Jair's our fastest corner, and Darnell Savage, he might be back. He runs a 4.3, so he's definitely got the juice to try to cover that. I think the biggest problem coming off a week, even though I have Darren Waller in fantasy, we give up a lot of yards to tight ends defensively, so that's probably going to be an issue. As much as I hate Travis Kelce, can't stand that guy. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't say hate. I strongly dislike him because I don't know him.
I mean, if he came to if he did something on our show, like I think we would learn to love him.
I mean, would we though?
I mean, at least while he's here.
I mean, sure, I'd be polite.
Yeah. I mean, I'd want to see him do something cool.
I mean, yeah. Do something cool.
Yeah.
Take that earring out. Yeah. Anyway, but so yeah. So I mean, I think Kelce's gonna be a problem just because, like I said, we give up a lot to tight ends currently. And Tyreek Hill, and then Sammy. I don't know if Sammy Watkins is still playing. I don't know if he's still hurt.
I think he's questionable. I think the last time I saw. Okay.
And just to get it out there too, because before anybody says it, if we win this game, because I'm gonna leave room for the unknown. When we win this game, they didn't have Mahomes, but it doesn't matter because our defense is real. Like I'm bought into everything.
I mean, yeah, no, and we talked about this before. You can only play the people that are there, and you can only play the people that are on the field. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying Dallas is a bad team because I think they are a good team, and I think they proved that.
I legit think, not even to crack on them, but Dak is the reason why. Dak and Jason Garrett.
But I mean, you look at it and you say, oh, they were winning. Oh, they're Super Bowl, not favorites, but they have Super Bowl potential in the beginning of the season, 3-0. They played, not great teams, and they did what they were supposed to. They won. Now, they won last week, and they won convincingly for a really hurt Philadelphia team.
We smacked up on them a little bit.
But, you have Dallas now that, against good teams, mm-hmm. they got beat. And against a bad Jets team, air quotes, a bad Jets team. But, their record is they have one win.
If we're going off records, they're a bad team based off records. I mean, so I don't care. Mahomes, no Mahomes, doesn't matter. It's football. It's a win. It's a loss.
That you play.
Right. And again, Devontae Adams might not play. So if we put together back-to-back games of no Devontae Adams, I don't think Rodgers is going to throw another perfect game. I don't even think his stats will be close, just because. Well, actually, I'm going to redact that. He's going to have passing yards because the Chiefs and the Rams let in an alarming amount of points for how flashy they are on film.
Yeah. Well, the Rams, will Jalen Ramsey be better than Marcus Peters?
Well, Marcus Peters already got pick 6. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, true. And it was baller, too.
Yeah, I mean, MVS and Jake Kumaro got a corner fired from the Raiders. Yeah, so, hey, hate to see it. But, so, it's an interesting game. It's a game that I don't want us to lose ever, but it's a game that I can stomach if we lose.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the argument is, they lost without Mahomes. How bad are they? We're not bad. Everyone loses at some point in the season. For the Patriots, it might be the Super Bowl, which would be hilarious again. Yeah. So, but
losing to the AFC Championship to the Bills.
That would be also incredible.
That'd be epic.
I would be thrilled just because the Patriots losing to the Bills. Just that sentence, even though I know I'm rooting for you on the AFC. So, but, and so yeah, I don't know. It'll be a good game. I mean, Sunday night, so it'll be good. I mean, people are going to show up, and I mean, I think Rodgers is. Not that he's never wanted a ring, but I feel like now I think he thinks now is the time. It's either this year or next year. I got to make something happen, and it's possible. And I am fully backing anything Brian Gutekunst and Matt LaFleur do. Period.
Yeah.
So far, they can do no wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'm year 3 with my team, and I feel the same way. They can almost do no wrong. I think in the 3 years, I can't count too many just terrible decisions. They've stayed the course, and
mm-hmm.
I think they've set our franchise up for the next 5 to 10 years for success. Now, will they win a Super Bowl in the next 5 to 10 years? I think they will compete for a Super Bowl. You can't guarantee a Super Bowl.
No, there's no way. And I mean, there are Packers fans too who are like Super Bowl or bust. I'm like, I was realistic when we got LaFleur, and his resume spoke for himself. I said things are going to change, and they're going to be positive. And what's the first thing I told you before the season started? I said, if it doesn't work, it's because of Aaron. Yeah. But as we can see, there was definitely a rift between him and McCarthy because I think as a quarterback develops, like he learns things, and if you run the same crap year after year after year after year,
you have to grow.
I say Rodgers has a little bit of authority to go say, hey, we've done this for 4 years and it's never worked. Do we really need to try it again? Yeah. I mean, come on. It's just common sense. But now, Matt LaFleur's coming in, he's 6-1. I think it's the first coach ever to do that at his age or whatever. That there's so many stats in the NFL, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's like he has this many wins at this many age, and he's worn this many different hats. First time ever a coach has done that. Like There's always a micro stat anyway, but first coach since Vince Lombardi. Just gonna put that out there.
Let's go 6-0 or 6-1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive. That is some rare air right there, buddy. Yeah. People are already going to want to name a street after him. MLF Avenue. That's my vote. So nice. Anyway, but yeah. So before we go to our weekly picks, just on our games here, something a little interactive, I guess, that we do to semi-compete against each other.
Which I don't think we've really ever tallied the scores. I mean, we kind of do.
We haven't. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this one's going to make it to YouTube, so we can start now. We can start the official count now because we really haven't. All right, just to graze over the remaining part of our season is Chiefs away, Chargers away. Two good football teams. They're not bad football teams. Yeah. They can play. Chargers do have a losing record right now, but they can still play. Panthers,
terrible first half team always. But then they seem to catch fire.
Yeah, I don't know. It's because I guess Phillip Rivers has 15 kids. He's got to hurry up and get home, help the wife out. So, anyway, Panthers at Green Bay. I'm pretty sure Cam Newton's going to be starting. And there was a super rumor that I heard that the Bears were looking to trade for Cam Newton, which I would find ultra hilarious because I'd say he's worse than Mitch. I'm just going to say it.
I think we talked yesterday, and I think right now at this stage in their careers, yes, I think
you expect more from Mitch. I think at this stage, but you also expect Cam to not be this bad.
Yeah, I mean,
injury or not, I feel injuries being what they are. I've seen Rodgers do crap on one leg, so I know that you can play through stuff. Throwing shoulder, I'll give it to him. Throwing shoulder.
So here's my thing about Cam right now too. And I look at him because Josh is very, a lot of people compare him and Josh together. Big, strong, athletic quarterbacks. I think Josh has a better arm than Cam Newton did, or does have right now. I think Josh is probably not the same athletic quarterback. I think Cam's a little bit more athletic as far as top end speed, lateral movement.
Yeah, sure. I mean, he can make bigger plays, but that's going to be damaging to him. So
I think I'm glad right now that Josh is not running as much, and he's trying to learn to go down because I just don't want him to get into those habits. Because I mean, Russell Wilson still runs, but he has not taken the hits that a Cam Newton has.
Yep.
That even Josh Allen is taking bigger hits. I mean, he got that terrible concussion early this year, and then last year early on, trying to he hurt his elbow, his throwing elbow, because he landed funny. So no, he did hurdle Anthony Barr, which I think is probably cooler than anything Cam's done.
Yeah, I mean it's cool for me because the Vikings can eat it too. So,
but yeah,
and even though, like I said, even though I think we disagree on this, like I said, in real time, I still think Aaron Rodgers just took a bad bump from Anthony Barr. And I think that you said that, or maybe, I don't know if it was you. Someone else had said that, it was a full-blown spike. I didn't think it was a spike. I mean, it was definitely a way after he threw it, we'll say.
Well, I think...
Anyway, I didn't have a vendetta against him, but for him to get pants like that, it was still hilarious.
Yeah.
So, anyway. So, I was wrong. We don't play 49ers after Chargers. It's the Panthers, and then we play the 49ers in San Francisco. Again, another good football team. It's away. We've done explosive things at home, so we really have to see how we play on the road.
Yeah.
I mean, it starts with
Especially
Kansas
West
City.
Coast.
Well, then we play the Giants. I'm going to go ahead and say we win that one. And then against the Redskins in Green Bay, I'm going to go ahead and say we win that one as well. At least I know we're going to take 2 wins. Even if we drop the next 4, We'll say
you're gonna
just
win.
to tick off a lot of people. If we lost the next 4, but then one out with Giants, Skins, and then it's Bears, Vikings, Lions, which teams that we've beat.
Yeah.
Now here's the other thing, and people for some reason they can't think this far ahead. I don't understand it. We beat our whole division with a non-functioning offense. Not saying that we weren't scoring, but look at last week compared to week 1. What is going to happen when we play these dudes again? It's going to be miserable for them.
Well, you talk about, like, I mean, a lot of people talk, not necessarily you, but you talk about, like, with the preseason being what it is, not to get too much into that.
Sure.
Like, it takes a couple weeks to really start, you know.
I mean, even players that ball out in preseason, like, game speed is 40 times different.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, if they're balling out in preseason, it's like, okay, this guy has potential to be good in the NFL. That's your mark.
Yeah.
If you're a preseason nightmare, that means that you have potential to be special in the NFL. At least that's just my opinion.
Yeah. You have potential, but it's still not a guarantee. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. So that's the next landscape of our division, and we'll hash over this later, but future's looking bright. Maybe put on some shades.
Yeah. I mean, so this is one of the hardest game, like, to me, like, just looking at our schedule, like, we have one of the I'm going to say this before, we have one of the easiest remaining schedules as far as teams with records.
Okay.
The Eagles are 3-4. We play them next at home. So I don't think the Eagles are as bad as their record. I think they've had a lot of injuries. I think we're going to get their best shot. I said that earlier, so I'm a little worried about this. Then we're home again against the Skins. I feel like that's got to be a win. That has to be a win. We're at Cleveland after that. Again, Cleveland scares me a little bit because they should be better than 2-4, but right now they're not. Miami, at Miami, they're 0-6. I'd like to think we win that game as well. But you never know. Weirder things have happened.
I mean, you got to leave room for the unknown, of course.
Broncos,
injuries, whatever.
Broncos at home. Again,
I think y'all got that one. The Broncos are just not overly impressive, and they just got rid of Sanders, so
they should be better than what they are. But I like that at home. Dallas, I think that's another.
Please beat them.
Beat
them and come over here and tell my wife what's up.
That is a tough game on Thanksgiving at Dallas, but I think Dallas is definitely beatable. I like our team better than I like Dallas.
I mean, like I said, when Dallas played us, they came back within 10, but we were up 31-3 for a while.
So that's the second. I think that's the second toughest game. Like, Philly the first, Dallas 2. The Ravens we play at Buffalo, so at home. So that gives us a little benefit. That's going to be our toughest.
It's an interesting game.
Yep. Steelers again. Steelers without Ben. Steelers are kind of trash this year, but I think they could do better. So.
I don't know, man.
That could go either way, but they're 2-4 right now.
Sell me on their quarterback depth and how good they're going to be, and I think Mason is definitely going to be their future. I like Mason more so than I like Ben these days.
Yeah.
But they're missing so much in the secondary, and it's because of T.J. Watt and their pass rush, and Devin Bush has been playing well.
Yeah.
It's because of stuff like that. It's compensating for their secondary.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that's another winnable game. We should win that game. 100%. We're going to be favored for that game.
It's winnable.
Patriots at the Patriots.
That's going to be hard.
That's the hardest game we have.
What you should do is beat them. Beat them in Gillette and make a statement.
So if we beat them at Gillette,
they have to leave immediately. Is what they have to do.
So we would then and say everything works out the way, that everybody says. Oh, the Patriots win all their games. We win all our games.
We beat 2 L's.
We beat the Patriots. We're both 15-1.
Damn, that's a playoff match I'd like to see.
So who gets the number one seed?
Caliber.
Who gets the number one seed in the playoffs?
You think then it would divert to points or something?
Points or something like that. Which I think right now the Patriots would win
barely.
They blew out the Dolphins.
That is true. They did score.
Blew out the Jets this past weekend, and we're winning close games. So that's fine.
Yeah,
but wild card 15-1. Come on,
that is kind of lame. But think about the momentum.
I mean, it would be awesome.
Think about the momentum, though.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and then the Jets at home to finish off.
W.
So I like to think that the Jets, I think, will play better. I think there's a lot of teams, and this is the only thing that's good. I think there's a lot of teams that are better than what their record says, but.
I'll agree with that too.
To take care of them.
You know who's not better than their record? Atlanta. All right, so let's go through these weekly picks here. All right, so tonight's game is Washington at Minnesota. Just going to go and put Minnesota. Don't even really have to talk a lot about that. Denver at Indy. I'm going to give it to Indy. Denver goes 2-6.
Denver, yeah. Denver at Indy. Yeah, I'm going Indy all the way.
I'm going to surprise you with an upset pick, too, and probably tick some people off, but that's okay. Tampa Bay at Tennessee. I'm going to say Tennessee because I just don't even think Tampa Bay is still not good. Oh, yeah, and they're Tampa Bay is also exercising other options away from Winston. That's what I heard. Like, he's not traded, he's not released, but they're moving in another direction.
Really?
Something. That's what I heard. My friend sent that to me, but I didn't check it out because I was like, yeah, it's Jameis Winston. That's totally credible. But I don't know.
Well, here's the thing with Jameis Winston. He's either really good or really not.
Yep.
And most of the time, it's been really not. I mean,
that's true.
I mean,
start with the crab legs.
He has so much potential.
So you taking Tennessee in that one as well?
I'm also taking Tennessee.
All right. New Orleans at Arizona. This one is like, I'm going to go and just say New Orleans. I'm not even going to give Arizona the upset, but I'm going with New Orleans because...
Here's the only thing that I'm thinking, like in the back of my head. So Teddy Bridgewater is 4-0.
Right. 5-0,
I'm sorry. So you expect them to drop one game with Teddy Bridgewater.
Right. But is it this one?
I don't think so. But Kyler Murray's putting up points. So
that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like hesitant to pick them, but I think that they have more pieces, as you said. Yeah. They definitely have more. They have a
Teddy Bridgewater is playing well.
Yeah, they have a more cohesive team.
Murray balled out, picked him up last week.
I mean, hey.
Yeah.
All right. So are you going with New Orleans as well?
Yeah.
All right. So we got Cincinnati at LA. I'm gonna take LA on that one. Jets at Jags. I'm gonna take Jacksonville as well in this one.
Because of the ghost comments.
I just don't think Jets are that good. I mean, the most redeeming thing about the Jets is Jamal Adams. Okay. From at least from my standpoint. So, all right.
I think this will be. So here's.
So your upset pick is the Jets. It's a lot of faith.
I mean,
there ain't no money on this.
Yeah, I have very little faith in the Jets. However, I think they have to play better. I think they talk about their tight end coming back next week. I think this week, and the Jags just traded one of their best players, if not their best player.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. So I think I'm going to go Jets.
You're going to go Jets. That's not even an upset pick. That's just your pick.
Yeah, that's my yeah.
Okay, interesting. All right, so we have the Giants at Detroit. Interesting because Matt Stafford can throw the ball better than most quarterbacks in the league. I am actually going to pick the Giants in this one because Saquon's back. So Daniel Jones isn't awful, but yeah, I'm going to just go ahead and take the Giants on this one.
See, I think I'm going Detroit. I think they're a better team.
I mean, they are, but I just don't. The Detroit is just not impressive at 2-3-1. Their biggest plays were like their first two against us, I think, or their first two drives.
Yeah, fair.
And then that leads into the Chargers at Chicago. Hate to pick them, but I'm definitely picking Chicago.
Ooh. So, I have picked, LA to do well about 3 times, and I think they've lost every game. I'm gonna pick them again.
I'm gonna pick them again.
Sooner or later, they have to win a game.
I mean, the thing is, if Mitch is playing, which I don't even know.
You trust him to play quarterback?
But I think that the Bears defense is better than Phillip Rivers. That's the sentence.
Sure. Offensive line back. I can see that.
So Philadelphia at Buffalo. I'm picking Buffalo. I picked Buffalo before we even turn this thing on.
Yeah, I can't not pick Buffalo.
Yeah, not in that game.
No. I think, if I did, people would be like, "Are you really a Bills fan?"
I mean, yeah, it's the Eagles.
Okay. I will say caveat. I think we're going to get a good punch. I think it's going to be a better game, and I think Philadelphia is a better team.
There's a rift in there, man. Teammates are talking trash about Carson Wentz, bro.
Yeah. If you win, if you beat a 5-1 team, which I know
that's true. We can motivate them. You're right.
It could galvanize the team as well.
Seattle at Atlanta, the Battle of the Birds, in which, like I said, I think the
Dirty Bird going
right.
down.
I think that Seattle is a little overrated, but Atlanta is just not. And Matt Ryan's injured right now. Like
Dirty Bird going down.
Atlanta's just not it right now, dude.
I wish. I mean, there's been a lot of times
I like
wanted
Julio
to pick,
a lot. Like I really wish he would go.
That's
somewhere
another
else.
team I've picked. We're probably getting close to another team that I picked a bunch or thought would be a lot better.
Yeah, I think I picked him twice too, and
Yeah.
I was just like, all right, I'm done. Carolina at San Francisco. I'm pretty sure this is. Is this a division game for them?
No. San Francisco's West.
That's right.
Yeah.
I know why. Why would they be on the East Coast? Because I don't know.
Well,
Because the NFL is stupid.
dumber things have happened.
Yes.
San Fran. That's for me. I'm picking San Fran.
I'm gonna give the upset to Carolina.
Ooh.
It's a Cam Newtonless Carolina, so that's why it's surprising. If it was Cam Newton, I'd say no. Cleveland at New England. New England. So unless you're gonna give the upset to Cleveland.
You know, Cleveland has the firepower to be able to
Oh
do
my God, here we go. It's Cleveland, dude. They are exactly the same team, just shinier. They are a shinier.
I don't have an
turd.
upset pick right now. I mean,
that's fine. You're right. You can do whatever you want with that, but
I think New England will win, but I'm trying to go through and figure out who my upset.
you could pick Miami over Pittsburgh.
F that noise. I mean, that could happen, I guess, but is that really an upset?
Are you gonna just try to piss me off and pick KC? Since they're my homeless.
Is that an upset?
I mean, I think I saw an article that we're a 4-point favorite as of it was like Wednesday. I don't know if I'm sure that's changed by now, but
Without Mahomes, I'm not picking Kansas City without Mahomes. I'm sorry.
Okay, cool. So you're picking Cleveland as your upset then.
I don't know.
All right, we'll come back to you then on that. Oakland at Houston. Gonna pick Houston. Not overly impressed with what I saw from Oakland.
Well, you see, Houston's another one of those teams that I'm like, I picked them to win. I thought they would do well. Hopkins, but yeah, they haven't really done.
So you picking on this one?
I mean, that's probably a better upset pick than Cleveland. But you know what? Fuck the Patriots. Cleveland it is.
Oh my God. I mean, if it happens, I'll just be like, I'll text you. I'll just be like, I really can't believe this happened. Whatever.
To be fair, let's not say that Justin called it just because, I have a really good feeling that Justin did not call it.
No, if there's a game
But
that New England's expected to lose, it's probably this one.
Yeah. But I did say something. Remember I said something the first or second week about Antonio Brown not being in the league?
Oh, yeah, by week. I think you even said week 8, so.
I said, yeah. Just saying.
Yeah. Did call that one.
Yeah.
There's no proof, but I heard it.
I will claim that one that I said.
So, all right, so you Cleveland's your upset. Oakland, Houston. I'm picking Houston.
Yeah, I'm picking Houston as well.
All right.
They're just a better team. Again, I keep saying that.
Right. Green Bay at Kansas City. Taking Green Bay, 100%. I think, like I said, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a hard game, but I definitely think we got it. Not going to apologize for playing the Kansas City team without Mahomes. You got to take advantages, man. It's sports. Not endorsing PEDs. Don't do that. Julian Edelman. Anyway, you're taking Green Bay. You already said Miami, Pittsburgh. I almost want to take Miami for the comedy, but I think I want to take Pittsburgh.
Miami played us tough. Oh, I haven't seen Pittsburgh play at all this year.
I don't know if they have Rudolph.
I'm going to go.
Let me send a message real quick because then I want to change my pick.
Let me send a message. Are you?
Yeah, exactly.
Are you messaging your one Steelers fan? Well,
Yeah, well, no, I got 2, but this one's on Facebook. More.
Everybody has 2 Pittsburgh fans.
Yeah, I only think of 2.
No, I just the only reason why I picked Miami is because I think they played well against us, and I have an inflated view of how good the Bills are, because
Right.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah. I think
I
picked everyone in our division except for New England.
Way to go! A true hero.
New England
and I picked the Bears, and I can't believe that.
And New England has more wins than the other 2 teams in our division combined.
That's true.
So.
Damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. Well, I'm still sticking with Pittsburgh. I don't know if Rudolph's out or not, but I'm going to roll the dice on it because it's Miami. If they lose, I know who I'm. If Miami wins, I know who I'm texting first. And that's on Monday night. Prime time. That is a terrible Monday night game. That is a god awful Monday night game.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, man. Well, cool. Well, football starts tonight, so
Word.
we'll be talking back in a week.
All right. Sounds good, man.
I can't think of an intro right now, so later.
Later.